Didi itu memang rada aneh, dari rekaman disturbing di Freak of Island-nya sampai ritual-ritual mistis yang dia lakuin ke korbannya. Ini dia 20 video paling aneh dari Didi. Pertama, ada momen saat Didi ketangkep kamera di lelang. Waktu itu dia jual sesuatu yang serem.
Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt you. And I would like to auction something off, okay? If you win, you get a night out with Diddy. Saturday night in New York. And I promise you, your ass will wake up Wednesday laying beside me.
Dan kalau kamu mikir dia cuma bercanda, cek nomor 19 di list ini.
For all those in London that don't know what happens to the white man when he comes to a P. Diddy party, this is what happens to the white man.
It's so unfortunate.
You gotta pull back though, so they can see. That's crazy. Matt, move out the way. You're still alive. Look at that. Look. Would you get the drink out his head? And that's James from Simeon Mobile Disco. He is an actual DJs aren't supposed to pass out, but when they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to them.
Dan nggak cuma dia doang yang kena skema Didi, karena di nomor 18, Didi dan Biggie ketangkep kamera, kelihatan kayak lebih dari sekedar teman dekat. Kamu lihat deh.
I look at him like, I say Jesus.
And next question is.
Kalau soal pacar cowok, Didi malah kayaknya lebih perhatian ke pacar cowoknya dibanding pacar ceweknya. Di nomor 17, Didi sempat berantem sama mantannya yaitu Casey. Terus dia ngepost di TikTok buat menghina si Casey ini secara online.
What? What you gotta say now? What you gotta say now? You ain't got shit to say.
Di nomor 16, semua orang sudah mulai curiga sama tingkah Didi yang nggak beres. Makanya Jimmy Fallon langsung mengekspos dia di tahun 2016.
You used to invite me to your parties. And you did. Yeah. You did. I remember I got an invite from you once. This is true. You used to have these crazy parties, and one invite was it self-destructed. After, it was you talking, and it said you gave the information of where the party was, and then it said this message was self-destruct.
I'm very high concept.
Didi jelas-jelas menghancurkan bukti, tapi sayangnya atau mungkin untungnya ya, nggak semuanya bisa dia sembunyikan. Karena di nomor 15 dia ketangkep pernah mukulin pacarnya sendiri dan nyoba sembunyiin bukti bertahun-tahun. Di 2024, CNN akhirnya merilis footage yang nggak pernah dilihat sebelumnya waktu Didi ngejar-ngejar Casey di lorong hotel sambil akhirnya mukul-mukul dia. Sesudah video itu muncul, ternyata Didi sempat coba nyuap pihak hotel sebesar $50.000 biar bukti itu dimusnahkan. Tapi Didi emang selalu aneh banget soal cewek-cewek terdekatnya. Karena di nomor 14, dia ketahuan memfilmkan dirinya sendiri lagi bermesraan sama ibunya.
Yeah, my mom's single. Yeah, for real. Mom Duke know how to have a good time. She ain't sitting in the house playing. Outside moving and shaking, baby. She come with me to strip club. I don't care. Real.
Tapi makin lama makin aneh nih. Karena di nomor 13 kayaknya Didi malah pengen jadi ibunya sendiri. Jadi suatu malam Didi muncul di Snapchat sesudah minum beberapa gelas, agak mabuk kali ya, dan ngepost video dia lagi cross-dressing alias pakai baju cewek.
So Atlanta, we come in, get my way. Yeah, Atlanta, I'm bringing something special. Hey yo, Toronto Cash, what up? So we going to Toronto and we just going to have fun.
Next, kita masuk nomor 12 karena Didi bener-bener suka kayaknya ciuman sama cowok. Di tahun 2002, waktu dia lagi di interview bareng Birdman, awalnya sih dia cuma kayak ngajak Birdman buat ke gym. Tapi habis itu dia malah kelihatan coba buat nyium si Birdman. Kalau itu belum cukup aneh, di nomor 11, dia malah nyoba nyium cowok lain di acara TV live dan langsung ditolak. Jadi ceritanya pas Golden Globes, Didi naik ke panggung buat ngasih award ke Bono. Tapi dia malah coba nyium Bono dan ditolak mentah-mentah sama vokalisnya U2 ini.
Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow.
Wow. Wow.
Oke, kita udah masuk top 10 sekarang. Jadi, aku perlu peringatkan, video-video ini nggak cuma aneh, tapi sudah mulai masuk level serem, bahkan disturbing. Di nomor 10, Didi ngungkap rahasia tergelapnya sendiri ke seluruh dunia. Di tahun 2004, dia tampil di Conan O'Brien Show, dan dia bilang bagaimana dia prepare dirinya buat acara freak off, pesta gila-gilaan di hotel.
I don't know if this is just made up myth or if this is true, but I'm told that when you go to a hotel, anytime you go to a hotel, you don't just check in the way everybody else does. You send someone ahead to prepare the hotel room for you.
It's called preparing the sexy.
What's preparing the sexy?
I mean, when I walk in, I definitely take pride in being the originator of the preparation of the sexy.
Yes.
Yes, and that's candles. I like candles. I like tuberose. That's a smell. I like that scent. I'm attracted to certain
What kind
scents.
of what kind of
Tuberose.
Tuberose?
Yes.
Okay, as a scent you like.
Yes, it's a scent.
Okay.
You know, I like lilies. I like white orchids. You know, roses, things of that nature. I'm into baths. You know, so I like my bath at the right temperature. It's just little things that I personally like. I like my room to be sexy.
Tapi yang bikin makin aneh, di nomor 9, Didi ketahuan lagi flirting alias godain cowok. Meek Mill.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
Dan kalau kamu merasa itu creepy, lihat reaksinya Didi pas Meek Mill ngomong atau nge-rap tentang bubuk bareng sama orang lain.
Be good and that I was drove you crazy. I'm drunk as shit. I'm on the mic trying to rap to my dad. What's the move? What's the move? It's your birthday.
Di situ Didi kayaknya excited banget ya waktu Meek ngomong soal tidur. Sekarang aku yakin Didi memang udah jago banget bikin orang merasa nggak nyaman. Ini makin jelas di nomor 8. Pas dia muncul di Instagram dan ngasih pesan yang aneh. Kayak, keluar deh, ayo main bareng sama gua.
Hennessy, come out and play.
Di nomor 7, Didi nge-share video dia lagi di balkon bareng sekelompok cowok-cowok yang topless, terus mulai ngomong aneh, dan saking aneh dan saking joroknya, maaf, ini nggak aku kasih terjemahannya ya.
Hold up. Both of y'all. Let's get both of y'all. Ain't no ride going on.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no ride going on at all.
Talk about balling and just this and that. I'm thinking watch, rolly, bracelet.
Yeah, it ain't no watch.
No. This is how we smoke.
Check your man out. Check your man out.
Smoke. Yeah, just let him do his thing.
Yeah, I'm letting him do his
The whole
thing.
crew smokes, you know?
Everybody
and check
smoke.
it. This is what I got for.
Dan kalau Didi sudah mau sesuatu, nggak ada yang bakal bisa ngelarang dia. Di nomor 6, Didi ketahuan nepok bokongnya si Jay-Z.
50 had to come back out, make my show hot. I so appreciate it. What's it, my you
Put
know
your
this,
Rockefeller
this show
sign in the
motherfucking city.
Dan kalau soal cewek, Didi malah lebih creepy lagi. Di nomor 5, Didi pernah ngaku kalau dia tuh suka ngunci alias ngembok cewek-cewek di kamarnya supaya nggak kabur.
If you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Yeah, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
Yeah.
Dan beberapa hal yang Didi lakuin tuh bahkan nggak coba dia sembunyikan. Kayak di nomor 4, Didi berhasil bikin Mike Tyson takut di live TV. Didi mungkin adalah salah satu orang yang pernah sampai bisa bikin Mike Tyson ketakutan.
It truly is about the Benjamin, as we see.
Oh yes, he's glittering.
It truly is about the Benjamin.
Well, now when we come back, we're gonna.
Ya, betul. Buat Didi ini lebih dari sekedar Benjamin deh. Benjamin itu artinya uang. Jadi kalau di Amerika mata uang dolar, pecahan terbesar itu $100. Gambarnya adalah fotonya Presiden Benjamin Franklin. Makanya orang nyebut $100 itu Benjamin. Tapi sekarang kita udah di top 3. Jadi siap-siap buat lihat Didi di level paling anehnya. Pertama, di nomor 3. Didi ngerekam dirinya sendiri lagi kencan sama cowok lain. Jadi dia lagi di chat pribadinya dan di situ terlihat dia kayaknya nyaman banget sama si Russell Brand.
Best friend right here. My new best friend. Hello. Rusty Rocket. Very, 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 very near friend of mine. But you know what it is? We're going out on like a date. A straight guy date, like to a guy's night. 48 hours in Vegas. You're seeing us at the beginning of the 48 hours. As you know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But we really plan on going to the hop.
Di nomor 2, momen paling creepy Didi sama cowok lain mungkin pas dia lagi bareng sama Justin Bieber. Lihat aja nih, Didi bilang ke kamera kalau Justin bakal menghabiskan waktu 48 jam bareng dia dan mereka nggak bisa ngasih tahu apa aja yang bakal mereka lakukan.
Check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So, and we gonna go full crazy.
Dan setahun kemudian mereka ketemu lagi. Tapi kali ini kamu bisa lihat kalau si Justin itu kelihatan nggak nyaman banget bareng sama Didi.
Everything's good? Selling out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you tried to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
Tell you my number.
Yeah.
Dan waktu mereka muncul di acara Jimmy Kimmel, Justin mulai spill beberapa detail tentang 48 jam kebersamaan mereka itu. Tapi Didi buru-buru ngekat.
I mean, Lamborghini.
That's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last time.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Tapi sebelum kita sampai di momen paling creepy dari Didi, ada 2 honorable mention dulu ya. Pertama, bayangin kalau ada bukti bahwa Didi itu suka ngelakuin ritual mistik kayak satanic ritual ke tamu-tamunya. Di tahun 2004, Didi ngadain pesta ulang tahun yang awalnya kelihatan biasa aja. Ngundang banyak selebriti kayak Will Smith, Owen Wilson, dan yang lainnya. Tapi pas makanan keluar, suasananya jadi serem abis. Di atas meja ada buah anggur, strawberry, coklat, dan seorang wanita berbaring, nggak pakai apa-apa, sambil dikelilingi lilin. Nah, para tamunya harus nyembah-nyembah wanita itu dan makan makanannya langsung dari tubuhnya wanita itu tadi. Bagian yang paling creepy, foto-fotonya itu disembunyikan sampai 20 tahun dan kemudian akhirnya ditemukan. Nggak kebayang sih foto-foto atau video creepy apalagi yang bakal muncul tentang Didi setelah ini. Honorable mention kedua, waktu di tahun 2017, Didi mabuk berat di podcast dan tiba-tiba dia menunjukkan jati dirinya yang sebenarnya. Perhatiin deh, gimana dia bisa bikin satu ruangan penuh cowok dewasa yang langsung ketakutan.
Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday. It's fabulous. The only that got the name that I want. They ain't get happy birthday to you. Yeah, I love this drink.
Where you put my bag?
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for
No, I got
I like that. Make a
That
wish.
one?
Just blow it out. It's your birthday every day. You miss me though, for real, because I'm saying it seems like a thing.
I
with
miss
this birthday
partying with
party,
Puff, man.
But I'm talking about for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party. You know what I'm saying? Eyes, brother.
Oh, man.
Eyes.
Fab talking to Floyd and Fifth. Fab walked in.
Don't do that.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I said let me pick it up.
That's why I said
let me pick it up from right there. From right there.
Look at this nigga. Fab big groove. Go ahead.
Oke, sekarang ini adalah momen paling creepy dari Didi yang pernah terekam. Jadi, tepat seminggu sebelum kasus pertama dia muncul di tahun 2003, Didi kayak udah tahu kalau dia bakal kena banyak masalah. Jadi, sebelum orang-orang mulai ngejar dia muncul di acara TV The Graham Norton Show, coba ngubah citra dirinya. Di interview itu, dia bilang kalau satu-satunya yang dia pedulikan adalah perdamaian dan cinta. Ya, cinta.
Y'all call me Diddy. Okay. But when I'm being love and I'm in that mood, because I have to always remind myself, we live in a toxic world. And it's love versus hate. That's what's going on right now.
Yeah.
And I choose love. That's my new name, and love wins. Love wins. Let's go, y'all. Let's drink to that. Cheers to love.
Tapi setelah semua yang kita lihat, Didi jadi kelihatan ya sebagai sosok yang kebalikan dari cinta dan perdamaian itu sendiri. Dia bukan cuma ketahuan sebagai orang yang creepy abis, tapi juga salah satu orang yang bisa dibilang paling berbahaya di dunia ini. Dengan lebih dari 130 tuntutan hukum, puluhan diantaranya dari anak-anak. Didi bakal disidang pertama kali di bulan Mei tahun 2025. Semoga nggak ada yang berpihak sama dia. Oke guys, terima kasih sudah nonton videonya sampai selesai. Jangan lupa tekan tombol like dan subscribe supaya kamu selalu terupdate dengan konten-konten berikutnya dari channel ini. Oke, sampai ketemu di video berikutnya.